And this is Dick Cluskey out on the Eastbourne Downs. Well, I'm not on the Downs yet, but shall I show you where I'm going to walk? I'm always saying there's steep hills. Just have a look at this. Well, that is where I'm going to be walking, up that mighty hill. Do you fancy that? Do you fancy joining me walking up that mighty hill? Well, okay, here we go. So what have I got for you this week? This week, got a very interesting one, a little bit different, but I'm sure it will interest you. I have a couple of very keen members in Israel. Yossi got in touch with me on behalf. It was Yossi's got the problem. His brother got in touch with me. Now I'm going to be very much out of breath walking up here, but however, it doesn't matter. Yossi has got a problem. He is the one who does all the mixing in the studio, producing and the mixing, and he's suddenly developed extremely bad tinnitus. And tinnitus for somebody producing music or listening to music in the studio all the time is a horror story. Lucky enough, I've never had it badly in my life. I've always taken great care of my ears, try to anyway. I've always known that the biggest damaging frequencies are hard mids. Because if you go back historically to the rivet makers and the riveters that worked on ships, they suffered from tinnitus all the time. So it's that hard mid sound that's going to get you every time. Yossi has got this problem and it's stopped him working, basically. I said to him, Yossi, the problem is not one of cure, because very few doctors will tell you that there is a cure. There practically isn't. It is permanent damage. But there is management. And I was advised a long time ago that a neat way of managing tinnitus is this. When you get tinnitus, it could be ringing, could be whistling, could be anything in your ear, permanent whistling. When you got it, embrace it, listen to it, say, wow, what's that? Is that E flat, D flat? Is there a whistle, is there a bang, is there a bell? What is it? And in that way, you embrace it, and you can actually get to like it. Once you get to like something like that, you're not frightened of it. The big problem is that it's fear. It's fear of the problem. It's going to get worse, it's going to debilitate you, going to stop you sleeping, all that. It's the fear that aggravates it and actually makes it worse. So I was very lucky to be given that advice, and when I was in my 18s, 20s, I had a very low sound, and it was hilarious. I used to go out walking with my dog in the evenings. I loved walking out with a shotgun in the evenings, rough shooting as they call it, and sometimes it was so bad that I was actually put my ear to the ground thinking that was some sort of an underground stream or whatever was rumbling away, and I never did find out, but that was tinnitus. It was very low grade. It gradually went away, didn't bother me. I embraced it, and it just went away. Nowadays I have it's almost, I haven't got it now at all, but it's a sort of a whistly rustling sound I get if I stop and listen to it, say if it's very quiet in a room. Of course, a lot of doctors will tell you the way to deal with it is you can get noise cancelling earphones, you can get put on music, and that will be louder than the tinnitus, so it takes your mind off the tinnitus. But the trick is, it's just to get your mind off the tinnitus. And there we go. That's my advice to Yossi. I hope it's good advice for you if you suffer from that situation, or if it does hit you. I went to an 808 concert, 808 band, and I got best position, which was in front of the security guards, and I should have known better. And I was about a metre away from a horrible little PV guitar amplifier at full whack, which the bass player was playing melodies on. I can't tell you the racket it made. It cut my ears to pieces. I had dreadful tinnitus for a week. Only other time I had it for music was we were playing a concert in Wembley, one of the areas in Wembley, and take that, we're at the Wembley Arena, and they invited Conor, my brother and myself over to have a seat, to look at them, and we went in. And this was the first time around for Take That, and it was all 12-year-olds, and the screaming, I can't tell you how loud it was. And it absolutely destroyed me again for another week. But just finally, with Rossi, I said, Rossi, it may all clear up in a couple of weeks. Just stay calm for a couple of weeks. And then I finally said, do what I said, embrace it, love it, get used to it. It's your friend. Hope this works for you. This is Deck on the Downs. Look, I'm nearly up the hill now. Look. And of course the other way. You've been looking at it all the time, haven't you, over my shoulder? Isn't that view stunning? Well, there we are. See you next week. 4 minutes on the net with Deck. Makehits.com. See you then. Bye.